Good evening, everybody. Welcome to LessonPix Live. You didn't say go. So, hi, everybody. So, hi, I'm Bill Binko. This is LessonPix founder, really. LessonPix, Lori, whatever your
Co-founder.
name is, Lori
Yeah,
Binko.
something like that.
So,
Nice to meet you.
yeah, you too. How are you, everybody? I'm glad you could join us this Wednesday evening. We should be on Facebook and YouTube and in the Facebook group.
Hey,
And
we are.
yep, I see all the little notes. We can read your comments, so say hi if you're watching us anywhere. I will stick you up on the screen if you want to say anything to anybody. We have exciting news tonight, so we're going to get to it. And then we have some great guests too. So let's do guests first. Introduce them.
Yeah, who's
Tell them.
here?
I don't know.
Are there
I don't know any
guests?
of these people. I don't know any of these
I
people.
know these people.
Yeah.
I know Rebecca White, and I
That-
know Don Graham Matson.
He meant the
I
people on
mean
the
you.
screen.
Oh, I thought you meant the people
Oh
like
my
watching
goodness.
us.
Oh my
I don't know what we're
goodness.
gonna do
What
with
are
that
you-
girl.
Jeez.
Sorry, it's
All
been
right.
a long day.
That's right.
That's what happens when you do this at 7:30.
So all right, so it is late. I'm sorry about that. We stayed late for Brandi.
It's all Brandy's
We
fault.
have Brandi Wentland, formerly from Arizona and now in lovely Cleveland, but near Chattanooga, Tennessee. Correct?
Yes.
And we have her SLPA up in the upper right, Allie Binko, who's now in Austin.
Wow,
Mhm.
she looks familiar.
I know she
That
kind of looks
last
like
name?
you. So, but anyway, it's our daughter and SLPA and soon to be SLP, Allie Binko, who's now in Austin. Allie, what are you doing out there?
I'm working in a school and interning
And with whom?
with Cindy.
With
Danielle.
Cindy. Cindy, yeah.
In her last semester of school.
Yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done. So, yeah, exactly right. So, Allie spent the first 3/4 of her grad school in Minot, North Dakota. Hi, Cindy's here. Look, Cindy's here. Yay! So, and Cindy,
She
you'll
said
have to
me.
tell us how she's doing if she's okay. I hope she's
She's
okay.
not gonna say. Oh,
Yeah, that would
she's-
suck. But Allie spent the first 3/4 of her grad school in Minot, North Dakota, in the frozen tundra with Mary Houston, and has decided that Austin might be more her speed, not frozen anymore. Right?
Slight temperature.
Is it a little better there? You like it in South Austin?
Yeah, just
So-
a little bit.
So there you go. So. Okay. All right.
It's rough to be out.
Enough play. Let's talk about what the folks are
Yeah, why are we
joining.
here?
We are here because, well, first they miss us.
Yeah, we haven't. Last time we met, it was like before
Last
the
year,
holidays,
right?
and we had a gift basket giveaway, which, by the way, came out. So
Yeah,
cute.
yeah,
Oh,
and
my gosh, I love.
we
them.
heard from people that we need to do more of that. Right?
Yes, we'll
Right?
definitely have them in the booth as giveaways as
Yeah.
well because they were amazing.
Yeah, they were cool. We have one. Is that the next one?
No. That's just a basket with Christmas
But
trees
it's super
on it.
cute.
Do you guys want to see what he's talking about? It's just a wooden basket.
It's what we currently have tonight's stuff in.
Ooh.
This might be the next basket, the one you could win. Yeah. We're not giving anything away today. So, all right, let's bring everybody back. Everybody, we're going to talk with all of you all in a second, but I guess the first thing is we have big news. We finally, after 4 years, have been approved and released the Google Slides add-in. So if you're used to, let me get these guys back on. They're all
Need a
cheering.
cheer.
Yeah. So we
cheer.
no. So if you've used our PowerPoint add-in or on the sidebar for PowerPoint, you know that this is a big deal, right? We got clappy hands. We have two kinds of clappy hands from Angela. She got these, and she's got those. So this is super cool. We've been waiting for 4 years.
What is this?
All right, so I can show. Is that a good idea? Think so? So if you are in Google Slides, let's try like this. So if you're in Google Slides and I'm logged in as me, you can now go in and say show LessonPix symbols, and I'll show you how to install it in a second. Go show symbols, and it will bring up LessonPix right inside here. Because I was already logged into this tab, it will automatically log me in, which is better than the PowerPoint version. And then I can go in here and say, I want to add, I don't know, a thought bubble to my PowerPoint. And it'll just load it. It'll pop it right in just like it does in PowerPoint. There's about a 3-second lag. So I added the little please wait thing that pops up.
That's needed.
I can't make that go any faster. That's just Google takes longer than PowerPoint to add things.
It's going over the web too.
Yeah, so. I think it actually is sending it. What it's doing is a little bit more than what PowerPoint does. But you can do searches. If you need a picture of, I don't know, silly, you can search for silly. You'll get all the silly pictures that we have, and you pick the one that you want, and click on it, and it will add it into Google Slides, just like it does in PowerPoint. Now, this is not doing this in PowerPoint and then uploading it to Google Slides. It's doing it straight within Google Slides. So
are there play tools there too?
So yeah, so if you remember in PowerPoint, we added, thanks to a lot of people who asked for it during COVID, we added the Play Tools tab, and you can then go and say, I want to make a spinner, which is going to be very silly. It will make a spinner of all the me's.
It's a bunch of
as
bells.
As you spin it, it will spin me, and
with
look at that.
Happy
Bell. Yeah.
Today
So
is a good day.
that's what's in my tray because Lori was making trading cards and using my account. Isn't that great? So we yes, all of the play tools are there. You can use dice and spin them. Like, for example, maybe we'll use numbers instead of me and make a die. And if you
there is a thing with the dice in that in PowerPoint and the play tools, they go next to each other, and here they'll go straight down.
Right. So there are a few differences. These aren't really things that we can change. Probably the biggest difference is that, the biggest difference that you see all the time is that this width is fixed.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about it. You can't drag this and make it bigger like you do on PowerPoint. Mm-hmm. It is a fixed width. I think it is 1/4 of this. So whatever size this is 1/4 of that. So you can, you can make this bigger, but this side just doesn't change. Which means if you've got a spinner on it, it's going to be this width. If you've got a draw, like one of the draw cards like this, it's going to sit right here. That actually works out pretty well, but you can't make it bigger. Okay. If you need it bigger, we have a solution.
We
right?
do.
If you need it bigger, you can always go into normal old LessonPix, and right here on the Your LessonPix tab, these play tools, you can make any size you want. So if you want to make a big spinner, right, you can do this and just hold it next to the Google Slides
or any application.
So then this was what we told people to do before, but it kind of stunk that it was separate and you had to open it and arrange your screen.
Like that, but it is a different tool. Like I could use that just on my phone as a spinner on my phone.
Yeah.
Whereas this is right within my Google.
And it's certainly the case that it's really great that you can click and drop in any image that's in LessonPix, and it'll drop it directly into Google Slides. And if I call it PowerPoint, just kick me under the table or something. Okay. So this is so super exciting.
All those pictures of you.
This is you, honey. You just did this. So all the things that you expect to see from was in PowerPoint are now in Google Slides. And this is pretty cool.
It's super cool.
It's super cool.
Been long overdue, and people have been asking for it, and it's just been hung up on the Google side.
Let's not do it that way. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Maybe this one.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So there are a couple of challenges with this.
There are?
Yeah. So you know these. In general, this works great. If you are in a school district and you are on a managed account, you're going to have to get approval. That's also true with the PowerPoint plugin. Right. It's just much more likely that you're in a managed account with Google, right? Because if you're in a school district, most of the school districts that don't allow PowerPoint are in a managed environment. So you might have to ask your administrator to give permission. That works really well. I can show you. We'll do an install here in a second. I'll show you how
I
to
was going
install
to say,
it.
how do I get it in?
But you might need to get approval from your district. And then the other big thing is we have to be careful about people who have multiple Google accounts. And we'll talk about that in a minute too, because that's going to be a lot of you. A lot of you will be impacted in some way. And once you know how to deal with it, it's totally fine, but it can really surprise you. So we'll talk about that as well. So let's talk about how to install this. So first, for our guests, you all happy about this? Yes. Brandi, you're here. You know how you got selected for this one, right? You do know this, right? So because when I made this live, you went, oh, look, and you did it. You used it that day in your practice, right?
Oh, yeah. I use Google Slides all day, every day. And I love LessonPix, but having to go out to PowerPoint or create a PowerPoint instead, or having to have a separate window was just a little bit more challenging. And so the fact that it's now embedded in my Google Slides and I can use it right there, I was really excited about that.
And you also helped us work through like some of the message issues. You weren't getting the right message you needed when it was like you were using your email address to log in, like a dodo.
User error.
Yeah, but it didn't say that, right? So
But
you
don't know, and you keep clicking and clicking.
Right. And so we gave better error messages. She's in our tester group, which is awesome. And thank you for your help. By the way, the testers were great. This was way more feedback than we usually get for testing.
So many problems. It was wonderful.
So many problems. It was wonderful. Right. So Jeremy's here. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Glad you could join us. So what did you use in your classroom, Brandi?
What did I use?
You do the first day?
The first day I used the dice. I used the dice a lot for an activity that actually Allie created for me. And I loved it. I didn't have to have two separate windows, one for the dice and one for my slides. Instead, it was all in one screen, could share one screen and have those working in the same activity. It was great.
Cool. Excellent. All right. And Allie, so you are, in addition to being our wonderful daughter who we love very much, you're also Brandi's SLPA. At least you were. I'm not sure you still are, but you still are helping her a lot, right?
Yeah, from time to time.
And from time to time.
Don't tell Cindy.
Don't tell Cindy. That's right. So you were excited about this, and you used it before anybody else, really, right? You and I were testing this right off the bat. Is there anything about this that's easier or harder for you than PowerPoint?
I just think that it's more available because a lot of computers and stuff doesn't have PowerPoint downloaded onto it already, or you have to get logged in. So it's just more convenient, but that's about it. I think they both work really well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and show people how do you add this? Add this. All right. So if you're using it, let's go ahead and walk through this. So I'm going to use a different account. So this is my account. I've already got it installed. But I am one of those people who has multiple Google accounts, and
you're one of the troublemakers.
I am one of the troublemakers, and I have my AT Makers account. And so this is a browser window that's logged into my AT Makers account. And so I'll go ahead and show you how to add this. As you can see, it has been installed before because I might have dropped all these pictures in over time during a lot of testing. But let's go ahead and show how to install this. So first we're in Slides. So hopefully you know how to get into Google Slides. Should I start from a new one? Let's start from a new one. We'll start from scratch. So you go to slides.google.com and you say, start me a new presentation.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
And you know, Bill, there's an even easier way. You can just type in slides.new and it will do a brand new slide deck.
Always learning something new.
Oh, look at that. That's why we keep Beth around. So, all right. So I'm in a new tab and it has these themes and I can pick my theme. Sure. We'll pick a dark theme. Why not? Okay. Let me close this and I have my presentation that I'm working in. I want my LessonPix. I go to extensions right here. And you see right here where it says add-ons. You go to get add-ons. And you'll see actually a bunch of cool, there's a bunch of cool add-ons in here.
They're worth looking.
Yeah. But we want the LessonPix one. So we go up here and we type in LessonPix.
That is the coolest one.
And right here it says LessonPix. We click. And you'll see this says admin install and individual install. So the reason that there's two here for me is I am an administrator on an account. So
Mine just had the app
right, it'll
install.
just say install for most of you. If you do see both, just do an individual install if you want it to be your own. And you say continue, and then it's going to ask you for permissions. And it's going to say for this account, Bill Binko at atmakers.org, this will give LessonPix Symbols the ability to view and manage Google Slides and only the presentations that this is installed in. So the current presentations, not all your, we can't delete all your stuff. It's just the ones that you open this up in. It connects to an external service that is lessonpix.com. And then it will display and run third-party content and prompts in the sidebar, which is how this works. And you'll say, yeah, of course I want to allow that because I want this. And you say, okay. And now the weird thing is it says it's been installed and it tells you to go to add-ons. Okay. But what they don't tell you is that since they made a change, add-ons now lives under extensions. So you actually go to extensions. This is just a Google bug. Okay. You'll go up to extensions, you hit LessonPix Symbols, show symbols, it'll open up, and we'll log into a different account. Let's log into a test account. I'll log into that test account.
No bill pictures.
No bill pictures, pictures of trains and
You have
things.
more than one LessonPix account. Cool.
I do. I have
more than one.
I
Wow,
have
you're just
I have
a-
just accounts and accounts. I got accounts on accounts, baby. So here you can do you can add pictures. You can do a lot of the formatting. It is different than what you can do in PowerPoint. Some of the things are the same, but some are different. So you can do things like recolor. If you go in here to format options, so you can, for example, change the brightness. You can add a drop shadow or a reflection. You can recolor it. Maybe you want to make it, brown. Whatever. There are things you can do in here. They are different than the ones you can do in PowerPoint.
Look at Best Space.
I didn't know you could recolor them. I'm so excited. That's like so easy.
There you go. Now,
I didn't know it either, so I'm like, whoo,
so
that's easy.
there are, if you click on a picture right here where it says format options, there are certainly things over here that you can change. It's kind of cool. You'll notice that when you're doing this, the reason I brought up that is that it hides the LessonPix sidebar.
Ah.
So the way you get back to it is just hit this X and close the formatting options, and it will show up
It's right
again.
there. Ta-da.
Okay. Cool. All right. Rosemary Morgan says that if you're already in slides, go ahead and file new presentation. That's correct. Okay. That's how you'd start a new one.
Gotcha.
So we've got these installed. I've got the ability to use my spinner or maybe make some dice. We'll make 3 dice and they'll look like this. And now I can roll them. Look at that. Okay. So this works just the way you expect it to. Installing it is not hard. If you ever want to uninstall it, you go in here to add-ons, manage add-ons, and then you can remove it. So you can click here and say uninstall. Yes, I do want to, and it will uninstall it from your current account. Okay.
Now,
Yes. Yes,
Bill,
ma'am.
if you wanted like a game that you had made in LessonPix, you'd still need to download that game as like a PowerPoint and then upload it in Google Slides.
There is no such thing as a slides format. So we can't generate a slides document and have you upload it. You have to generate PowerPoint and then upload it and then open it in Google Slides. I wish there was another way to do that. There isn't. If they ever come out with a format, we will support it, I promise. Okay. But yes, you have to download it and then upload that PowerPoint into Slides in order to do it. But it works. It works.
It's still super easy. Right.
Yeah.
But now you have all the tools to use right with it.
Correct. All right. So before we go on to our second big announcement thingy, which is super cool, and that one's come straight out of Allie's brain. Yeah. And everybody's going to thank her for it. It's kind of cool. Before we do that, let's talk about the problem. There is one big problem with the Google Slides. And let's talk about it. It's not our problem. It's their problem. Well, it's going to be all of our problems, but it is a Google problem. Okay. If you have multiple Google accounts, I want to get back to my stuff. I'm trying to get back to my slides. I should have done that first. There you go. So if you have multiple Google accounts, so that when you go right here and you click your Google account and you see add another, and you've clicked add another account. So if you have multiple accounts on this browser,
Mine usually list it right there
Right.
where it says add
Yep.
others.
So the reason mine doesn't is I'm using a different approach for Chrome. If you're in Chrome and you've got multiple accounts on here, you really should only use the plugin with one of the accounts. At the very least, if you switch between the accounts, you need to restart the browser in order for it to be right. So this is not a LessonPix add-in problem. This is a Google add-in problem, and it is their oldest bug. I can bring you up the bugs and show you. It's been around since 2017 that they've had this problem. They know about it. They have not fixed it, but basically, it can show you an error that says you're not allowed to access the current slide because it always is using what's called the primary user ID, which is the first one you signed up with when you first started using Google. So if you have multiple accounts, you will want to only be logged into one, or if you switch to another user account and you use the slides, you need to restart your browser before they'll work on one of your other ones. It's the only other way, because you might have noticed that I just used two, is how did you do that, right? The other way that you can do that is instead of using Google to open multiple accounts here, right? What you can do is you can go up here in Chrome, and instead of using Google right here, you can have multiple profiles. And this works great. I hit Google, I hit add, and I really like this. So this is a good solution to this problem, okay? If you use other profiles in Chrome, what it means is that I can open up a window that is an AT Makers window. And I've chosen to make the AT Makers ones are green, right? The LessonPix ones are blue. And all of my bookmarks are separate. I have a separate set of bookmarks for all three of my profiles. So this one's got these testing bookmarks. This one doesn't have any. So it's nice to, like, when I'm doing a demo, I'm in LessonPix mode. I don't have to worry about, is my Gmail open for my home account? No, because it can't be. I'm in blue and it can't log in to my home account. So this is a good solution. I'm not a Chrome trainer, but it is pretty easy. You simply go up here where your face is in the Chrome bar, in the actual bar. So there's a guy in the way, isn't there? Nobody's telling me there's a guy in the way. Let me get rid of the dude. There you go. So if you go up here, not in the Google face here, but up here, right in the actual menu bar in the address bar, right? And you click down here, it'll say other profiles. Just click add. It'll start you a new window. You'll sign into it, and life will be good. Okay, and then you can switch between your profiles, and you can use any add-ins you want, however you want. It's not going to be a problem at all. Okay, so
Fancy.
I jumped into Geekland there for a minute. Did anybody follow that? Brandi, Beth, did you do that? You follow it?
Good. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I hadn't thought about that before. I'm going to do that now because I do toggle back and forth between two different Google.
And a lot of us do, and a lot of us use the Google, within Google, that multiple login. If you just do it as a Chrome profile, life is easier. Life really is. I really like it.
I live in the same house as you, and you never mentioned this.
I did it 3 days ago when I finally got an answer to how to solve this problem. So,
I love
by
it.
the way, I need to say thank you. But there's a reason this took 4 years. Okay, and if any of you have known, like, you've all seen me at conferences. I know Brandi, you've seen me at conferences, and Beth, every time you've asked me 800 times when we were going to have a Google slide. And I don't like completely give up on many things, but I had completely given up on this, right? I was like, screw it. I'm not doing this anymore. We spent forever making it. And then 4 years ago, while we were waiting for approval, before we had a PowerPoint plugin, we had a Google Slides plugin. That approval was denied. They sent it back to my account, and we had moved LessonPix.com into G Suite, in other words, into Google Mail, and my old account was gone. And there was no way for them to fix the fact that this plugin had been created by a dead account. and it went downhill from there. I had the charity people involved.
It's okay. Nobody wants to hear your sad story. They're just excited because it's here.
All right, fair enough. But I am delighted that this is working. So this so Y says I have access to extensions, but the extension didn't come up. Maybe I have to ask my tech. If you are in a domain, a managed domain, they probably have to approve it. I know that happened to Karen Moffat and Alyssa Warren. Both had to ask their district to give them access, and it did once they got permission. So that worked fine. All right, let's move on.
Well, wait, before we go on to your templates, can we show a couple of cool ways to use?
Sure.
So I don't know if Brandi wants to go first, or you want go ahead.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. All right. So you got my Mr. P. So aside from using the extension to be able to like download a game, right? I love really open-ended play. Like I'm all about that open-ended play. And one of my favorite things to do is to have a virtual Mr. Potato Head activity. And so I have jerry-rigged so many different ways to do this. I have a saved tray with all of my Mr. Potato Head things, and I would use the old play tools from the thing, and we would make it all work. I'm so excited now because let me start from scratch with this slide deck. So I'm so excited now because now all I have to do is I make sure that my potato head parts are loaded, but I need my potato head body. So I just go in and I search for potato head under the search, and I can go into my potato head folder, right? And I could get all of my images there too, but sometimes you want to limit it. Like if you've got, you might have kiddos that it's just a little too overwhelming to have everything available, right? So I'm back in my tray here. But so now I've got my potato head body, and we can just click and play and have tons and tons of fun. Super easy. We can resize and talk about where the pieces should go. There's so much language, so much problem solving, cognition, all of that we can do with this. Well, I like to get a little seasonal too sometimes. So I'm going to just go to the next slide. So I put in a background, same thing. I just searched for snowman, but now I can do the same thing. Like I can get my potato head pieces, but we do it on a snowman. And again, same thing, I can resize, and I could have snowman parts, but I just think it's funnier to use the potato head parts because, it's Mr. Potato Head. And so many classrooms have potato head or families have potato head pieces. So you can have that mix of two-dimensional play and three-dimensional play. And there's actually some really good research out there that shows the way that kids really learn is by kind of toggling back. Like the way that you make that digital play meaningful is by giving them exposure to the three-dimensional, the real in person, and then tying it into the two-dimensional. And then if you really want to get fun, you could be like, okay, friend, like what would be a good shape or image for me to add it on? And then they could tell you, like, maybe you're going to search for like a Valentine one. Maybe I'm going to have a heart. We're getting into Valentine season. So maybe I'm going to get like a, one of my good old candy hearts, and we're going to use that as our base for our potato head. So now it's Valentine head or whatever you want to call it. So I'm just super excited because of the flexibility of being able to have this right there and be able to search, because I couldn't do that before. I could get my things from the play tools, but I couldn't use it to search for things and have my tray available to just have that open-ended drag and drop play in PowerPoint. In Google Slides instead of in PowerPoint. And there's so many people, so many school districts in particular, where the kids, what they actually have access to is Google Slides as opposed to a PowerPoint. Like the teachers might have had PowerPoint, but the kids had Google Slides.
Correct.
So that was my fun. I was like, well, I can do my there's just so many open-ended things that you could do. I could have transportation things and have a cool background, and we could make our own little, our own little visual scenes of all of those things. So I'm super excited about that. But I bet that Brandi has other really cool ideas.
Do you, Brandi?
I do. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to do that. So let me share my screen. Is that working?
So you need to, I have to add it after you do. So you need to share your screen. So you hit present.
Okay.
And then choose your screen. There you go. It's coming up now. Now I can add it. There you go. You have a wide screen. You shared one window.
I did.
Okay.
Is that
that's
okay?
fine. No, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to know why it was wide. It's all good.
Okay. Awesome. Because I usually have a lot of windows open. And let me tell you, I'm not going to have to do that as much anymore because I have this all in one place now instead of having to have multiple windows. So I'm super excited about that. So this is an activity that Allie made for me where a client likes to roll dice and act out the vocabulary words that he has learned. So for this, we roll, or actually he likes to use his dots, and we can now roll the dice with our dots. And before we were using these tokens that were already in here for the word that he might have picked as he's acting it out. But now what I can do is I can, oops.
Look, she can fix that.
I can fix that.
And
look
it's
at that.
Going to automatically log in for her.
It is, so that I don't make user errors anymore.
It's the little things.
Right. So I loved this comment tab because now my client can choose what tokens he wants. If he wants to be hearts today, he can do that. Maybe he wants to be an arrow.
Right.
So we can put those right in there, choose what tokens he wants. They can all be resized.
Right.
To be used right there.
Little tip there, add them once and then hit Control D and you can duplicate them as many times as you want.
Exactly.
Right? There you go.
Yep.
Look at that.
Love that for that activity. I've been doing a lot with Readtopia, and sometimes maybe I need to point something out so I can use the arrow here. If I ask a question, I might want to use an arrow to say, ooh, what do you think they're looking at up here?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Right. And for this particular chapter, we were also creating a set. So I asked them, if you were going to build a set for King Tut, what would you want to put in here? And before, Allie had to go find all this clip art ahead of time for me, but now I can just search. So what do you guys think? What should we add?
Sorry. Wrong button. Go ahead. You're good. That was my bad. Go ahead.
Okay. So what do you think? Should we add some pyramids to our set for King Tut?
Yes.
What are some other things?
I think so.
A sphinx.
Ooh, a sphinx. I like this idea.
A sphinx.
I don't know if we have a sphinx. We'll find out.
You should check with our artist first.
Well, if I spell it right, we might have it. There we go.
That's the true
historic, the mythological sphinx.
Right.
Got it.
Anything else you think we should add?
King Tut. How about Pharaoh? Is there a Pharaoh? Oh,
I don't know.
I'm getting the look from Lori.
A few of them, so
I think I have to spell it right.
I know. I'm like, how do you spell Pharaoh?
Right.
Lou is right on the money. Camel. Let's go.
Cindy Lou says
camel.
There you go.
Look at that. There's King Tut.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah. So lots of great things. Ooh, and I double clicked, so I got two of them. So that's another way.
Do we have a camel? We got a request. We got two requests for camels.
Ooh, let's add a camel. I like that idea.
And a
So
dromedary.
we can also use the unity symbols.
Oh, that's a unity symbol. Look at that.
Look at that. I got a unity symbol in there. Yeah. Speaking of unity, what if I wanted to use an occluder?
An occluder to cover up stuff.
Right.
Or a highlighter.
Or to highlight, right?
Right.
So maybe what do you like about King Tut?
That's good. Look at that.
Yeah. Another thing we've done a lot in therapy is using speech bubbles so that we can say, what would you say? What did he say? Different ways for them to maybe continue our conversation, or what is he thinking? So I really like these common tools. They're already right there for me.
So, Brandi, one thing that I want to show people that's different, and you've got it open perfectly right now.
I love this, by the way.
So, what? Oh, hers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these
So
ideas.
you notice that in there, when you grab a corner, it keeps it scaled.
Yes.
But if you grab the sides, it doesn't.
Okay, so I liked that because sometimes
Right.
I don't want to. Maybe our
Right.
message is long, right?
But it is different. It is different from PowerPoint. I wanted to make sure people knew it's just different, right? I think in PowerPoint you hold Shift to keep it scaled correctly, or
Right.
keep the aspect ratio the same.
Yes. And you can flip them around. Maybe I want this to go this direction, give it to someone else to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lots of great
Super
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Thanks for letting me share.
No, you're all good. It's excellent. And I knew that the minute it came out, you were on it. You were like, I gotta use that. You were all upset because you were stuck, and we got you unstuck. And you said, yeah, I used it today. So I'm like, all right, let's get her on.
I think you got me unstuck in seconds. Like, I think I was still in the therapy session where I was stuck, and I was
So
able
you
to.
said, I have 3 hours of back-to-back sessions.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at this later. And I said, before you do, make sure you're not logging in with your email. And you said, that was it. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Allie, have you told me to not do that before?
Yeah, Brandi generally has pretty good tech support, right? So
Definitely.
All right.
There's benefits.
Yeah. All right. So let's if there are any questions about the PowerPoint plugin, please in the comments, whether you're on Facebook in the group or on the Facebook page, let us know. We'll be happy to answer them. But I think everybody agrees it kind of rocks, and it's going to be a big addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. It also, just so everybody knows, like this is the there you go. So this is the answer we give to when people say, what if yes, yes, this is recorded. Absolutely, you can watch it when you're done. So when people say, what if you don't have the template that I need? Or what if I want to make something original? Or what if I want to make something, specific for this kid and you just don't have what we need in the wizard? The answer has been just use the add-in. Just use it in PowerPoint, make exactly what you want and print it. And then they say, I use Google Slides, and we haven't had this answer, right? We have this answer now. If you want to make something completely unique and absolutely not using our templates at all, you can now use all of our symbols and it will just work. So the other thing that people will be asking is, will it work in Google Docs? Yes, but not yet. So the approval that we waited 4 years for was 4 slides. We have already got one working in Docs. It will work in Docs, but we have to get a different approval. It's not going to take 4 years. And I had started to thank him before. It's not going to take 4 years because the guy who got this one through is going to help me get that one through. His name is Clay Smith. He's amazing. He used to be an IT guy from, or teach. I'm not sure what he was, but he was with New York City Public Schools, Clay Smith. He now works at Google. And our COO met him at a conference in Canada, somewhere in Canada, Quebec City.
That's what it was.
And he said, Eric met his coworker. He said, Clay's the guy who can make this work for you. Clay called me, and in a day, we pushed through the permissions part of this. It was amazing.
He gave you a lot of attention, and you did have to bother him a lot.
Yes.
But we got it.
Yes. So
right
it is not going to be as hard to get this into Docs, but it is a separate approval, and it hasn't happened yet. And we weren't going to make you wait for it. So, all right. So we got a question. Krista Reeves, very exciting stuff. Thank you for making this work with Google. You're welcome. The only issue I have, my school needs to give me the SLPS Smartboard now. Yes, absolutely. And now you can absolutely use this on your Smartboard with the dice. It'll look fantastic. And as Beth says, yes, now you can advocate for the Smartboard. There you go.
Yeah. One of the things I really love about the Smartboard is more about the motor planning part.
The big,
because they're doing large
stuff.
Movements and like really interacting.
Look, Judy Schoonover will be so excited with you.
I just love it.
All right. Let's move on. We'll come back to this if there are any questions, but we're all excited that this one's done.
Super excited. It's big news.
It is this is the bigger of the two newses, but not for Allie. It's not for Allie. It's the second biggest thing for Allie because she has been bugging us for weeks.
I don't know.
Is it weeks, months, Al? What is it?
Weeks.
To make the next template because she's been making them by hand. And
in PowerPoint, right?
What did you did it in PowerPoint?
Using
All right,
LessonPix PowerPoint, like you just said to do.
Like I just said to do. So we are going to go to this view.
Wow, you got a messy desk. What are all those things?
So these are the new template, and they can only see us. Let's see if we can fix that. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's probably good, right?
Sure.
All right, look at that. So I never used this layout. So this is the new template. We made trading cards. So if you have kids who are into Pokemon or Magic the Gathering
or baseball
or cards, or maybe they just know that such things exist and think they might be cool to play with. Maybe they're not collectors, but now they can be.
No,
these work, right?
They do.
So let's take a look, and then we'll show how to make these.
They are playing cards, but with wrapped text. So, yep, you have the header at the top, like you could see.
Yep. Let me see if I can.
And the text underneath. I had a student that would love to make his own games up, and so I know he would love to sit and make a deck of cards and invent the whole game, something similar to Magic the Gathering or Pokemon.
Yep.
And, you can use any content area you'd like to.
And these are not our friends. We bought these pictures. So we don't really have a serious Sophia in our life. We kind of do, but their name's not Sophia. So these are what they look like. And you don't have to use photos. Obviously, you can use LessonPix. This is we made for going on a bear hunt. This is in the sharing center, right? This one?
It is. And these are story sequence cards.
Right.
Like all our templates, just because it says trading cards doesn't mean you have to use it for trading cards.
Right. Use it for sequencing. Use it for whatever you want.
But this seems to be everybody's favorite style of trading cards.
It is. I think it's
really vibrant. Like it's just the way that it is. It's just so much more, I think, visually engaging.
And actually, it's fun to hold these. They feel like you're holding playing cards.
Well, are they? Well, they're printed on cardstock.
Yeah,
they're not
these
printed
are
on paper.
printed on cardstock,
and they are thicker.
Yeah, and we have some excited people. So these rock. And, oh my God, trading cards. That's awesome.
Really good.
They look really awesome, right? And sorry, Deb. So yeah, they look really good. Now some of these were printed here. Some of them you had printed over at Staples, and you like that.
So usually I would just print them off my printer or use black and white pictures as well to save ink and let the kids color them. But if you really want a set that lasts and looks really nice, Staples, I've been floored at how good the cards look when you go and print them at Staples. So you're going to pay I think 20 cents a sheet. So
that's probably what you pay in ink. All right. So let's talk through these. Let's talk about all the different styles. Okay. So we've got which style is this? So let's start by showing them how you find this. Does that make sense?
Sure.
All right. Let's make some. And so here's me again. I'm logged into my account. I'll make this a little bigger. Whoops. Wrong screen. I'll make this a little bigger. Yep, like that. How's that?
Angela's comment says, my printer giving me
the side eye of judgment.
That's great.
All right, so we're going to go into LessonPix. And I have these pictures in my tray, which I'm not going to use.
Oh, I love those.
All right, we'll use them. That's fine. Lori took pictures of me about 20 minutes ago. And she walked in and she said, give me a happy face. Give me a sad face.
I didn't even tell them what
I was doing. Didn't tell me what she was doing.
But I did do this with my students, and I'd take pictures of my students during, when we're talking about feelings and social skills. And so they would pose and show me their emotions.
And
I just thought it would be so cool to make trading cards with my students' pictures in them. And
So
instead, I made it my big student.
Yeah, that's me. She's trying to teach me how to cut. So you'll go in here and where will you find these in the wizard?
All the way down.
All the way down.
Yeah,
at the bottom.
There you go.
Right here under literacy, right? Or like always, you can just start typing TRA. So if you did trading, TRADING, there you go. Or if you did Pokemon, you'll get them. Or if you did baseball cards, they'd come up, and Magic the Gathering cards.
Ooh.
Right? So if you search for any of those things, you'll find them. And if you know what Magic the Gathering is, you're either Chris Bouguet or a total geek like me. So I guess that'd be both. He's both. So, all right. What would Bill say? Like, what would Jesus say? So somebody asked, can you explain how to use the photos we took? I will do that right after we finish the wizard. I'll show you how she sent in the pictures and how we use them. Absolutely. It's a good idea. Okay. So yeah, Cindy Lou says, always start typing, no time for scrolling. That's right.
Me too.
All right. So now Lori put in here text to go with me. Happy Bill, sad Bill, silly Bill, mad Bill. Someone took the last cookie. Is that what makes me mad? Okay.
Just using it.
So, and look, surprise. It's a delighted Bill. The kids clean their rooms and
without me yelling at them.
I thought there was one where the Google thing got
down at the bottom.
Down at the bottom.
One, Sleepy Bill.
So I've been working all night working on the Google ad, and there you go. So she added text that goes through this, and you'll notice that the first line of each of these is kind of what we want to be the title for each of these. Okay.
And I hit enter after the word Bill.
Yeah, you can just hit enter. This is like a normal, you can add multiple lines here. Okay. So we'll hit next. I can name these if we want. Bill cards. Okay. And now we've got different layouts. We've got the basic layout. We've got the black corner layout, which is the fanciest one. Uses the most ink, but it looks the best. There's no doubt about it.
It does use a lot of black.
So. It does use a lot of black ink. The LessonPix, maybe the 20 cents would work on that one. The LessonPix style, I'll show.
Was groaning as it's like black.
Yeah.
I'm going,
yeah. So, Angela says that you should have he should be a member exclusive of some bill cards.
Hey, good idea.
We can probably make that happen. And Deb agrees. All right, we can probably make that happen. So I'm not too disappointed with them. They're kind of cute. All right. So you choose the layout. The LessonPix ones I'll show. I actually said we should make some that actually have a LessonPix guy on them, because then people would know what they were and where they came from.
Ta-da, they're there.
Yep. Large text shows a large area with.
So when it comes to wrapped text that writes in a paragraph, so I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, my print is changing size on our other templates. I have a choice in creating template. It either wraps or it's just going to stay one line and shrink down. This is a wrapped text, so it can only be in one font, Comic Sans.
Yes. Right? And that's a limitation we would love to fix.
I only can give you a designated amount of space. So when I say large text, it's going to give you 3 lines. And the one that says small text is going to give you about 8 lines. So that gives you the freedom to put more text within the allotted space.
So more room and less room.
Should I rename them for you?
No, just okay. That's what they are. All right. So the other
behind the scenes
points has points on them. So
like 10 points. It has little money,
little icons on the upper right that have different
amounts.
Points. Right. Gotcha. Small text and then top text. Top text puts the wrapped text at the top of the.
It focuses on the text and less on the picture.
Right. So let's make one. Let's make which one do you want to make with the bill pictures in it? The LessonPix ones?
Sure.
Okay.
And you have white backgrounds on your pictures.
Yep. So we do want to show the text title. That's what's going to be underneath this text. And you'll notice this one says use first line as the card title. We want to say yes.
Default, it does bill cards would say.
They would all say bill cards.
At the top.
Right. We might change that default.
No.
Okay. Lori says no.
People would not know.
So when you all complain, it's all her.
It's not intuitive.
So I'm going to use the Century Gothic font because this is going to change the font of the title. right? So if we want to make it match, we can make them all Comic Sans. I'll tell you what, I'll make it on Kristen because that's the LessonPix font.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Box color, bright blue.
Yeah, any color. If you choose white, it'll be hard to cut.
Okay, fair enough. And I can use the grid layout. I can move me around. So it doesn't matter on this one very much, but you can. And it is nice if you want to paint the backgrounds because the backgrounds make a difference on this template, right?
And
So
very quickly make.
I could do like all my happy ones.
You can just do them all green and have the green deck, and then
I could
my deck can be blue.
we can do that, or I can. Whoops. I can do me when I'm grumpy. I don't know. Fair enough.
You
This
got one
isn't working.
pink and-
Sorry. My bad. All right.
You want
So
me to show you how to use this tool?
I don't know. I'm mad. I don't know what I am here.
There you go.
I guess I'm sleepy. Surprise isn't bad though, so it should be good. I know. Wasting time.
There's no bad emotions. There's no good or bad emotions. It's all-
Silly is definitely not bad.
Would you like me to change the colors?
There are no bad emotions.
Y'all just said I had to finish.
They all have
All
a
right.
purpose.
Whatever. All right. So we're going to download our PDF file. And we've got these. Look, we got trading cards. And they're cute.
Really?
I think they're cute. You don't think they're cute?
It's because they're of you.
Of
You're
course,
so
I think they're
vain.
gorgeous.
Of course, yes.
All right. So let's take a closer look at these on the overhead so that people can see them a little bit better. So the ones we just created are these. These are the LessonPix cards. They have a little dude. And the main reason I did this was if we're going to give these away at like conferences, or if you guys want to share them with your friends and you don't care which one it is, use these because then people will know they're LessonPix trading cards, right? And these look great.
And our logo's adorable.
Yeah. We have a whole story about the logo we've told other times. So, but they look absolutely wonderful. I mean, they really, so they've got a nice gradient on them. Like they really look great, right? Don't you think so?
I do. I really do.
All right. So these are the LessonPix ones.
Those are printed on white cardstock.
White cardstock.
If you look at the ones that are Bill.
Yep. Hold on. I'm going to make a mess if I don't clean this up. The ones that are me.
Yep.
These.
Yeah. Those are printed on cardstock as well, but I choose pattern paper on the back.
Aha. So I'm a zebra on the back.
And, you know, at Michael's or Joann's, I'll look for cardstock that's white on one side. And that way, and I do that with our playing cards and other things as well, so that you don't see through. Usually
Right.
cardstock you can't see through.
But certainly
adding the
these you
pattern-
can. And you laminated these because these are going to be keepers.
I laminate them because they were done on my home printer, and that just makes them look nicer.
Yeah.
And I got to keep up with the Staples ones
That's
I
true.
printed.
So you'll notice that these have the points on them. So this is the points template.
Silly Bill's only worth 10. I really should be worth 50.
I'm gonna learn to hate these. All right. So I really would, if I had known we were doing this, I would have done better.
Bill 40.
So, and it's just wrong. It's just really like, you know, they're all making fun of me. Where is it? This one. There you go. So they're all laughing at me. So anyways, so that's the points one.
And that's the paper that's patterned on the back.
Yeah, and we have like, you can get others. Hand me a couple of these sheets over here.
So I have like candy striped and zebra.
So they're
pink
white on one
zebra,
side and striped, and we've got. At least you didn't put me on the pink zebra. That would have been worse.
birch kind of wood.
And,
So I got tons and tons and tons of colored paper. But they get the idea.
Yeah, birch wood on one side. This would look good for cards.
Parents have donated to me their old scrapbooking paper.
Didn't the
that they
bank
don't
just
need
give you a
in.
whole bunch?
They gave me pastel colored.
The bank just gave her like 10 boxes full of paper
Paper's expensive.
for minor achievements. Yeah. All right, so there's those. Then we've got these, which are probably the ones that I think are the ones most like Magic the Gathering cards. They've got, you know, they show through your color, so you can actually have like different colors. Like you can make like a real game out of this, right, Al? Yep. And so let's talk a little bit about this. So Allison.
Before
Allie,
you go to
sorry.
Allie, the last one here,
Oh.
we did print front to back.
Oh.
So if you make 2 pages of them,
I've tried these and Allie has tried these, and we had different results. So
Did it work for you, Allie?
Mine were a little different, but I used a different template and everything, but I had to turn it on the long side of the paper to get them to go on the back.
And I had to turn them on the short side of the paper to get them to line up. So I'm not sure. Your mileage might vary on printing on both sides of the page. No promises on that, but you might try it. Try it on something other than black, because that's an awful lot of black ink to waste.
We get
Okay?
those requests, and we can't always control what your printer does. Some printers just kind of justify it to the left, or it's just really hard to know what your printer's going to do.
Cindy says we could use zone colors for the emotions.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, and then I thought I better not get in trouble.
No, you'll be okay. And then somebody wants a second set of Lori for matching game.
So needed.
Yeah. So
Mine are going to be worth more points, though. 50, 60.
okay. All right. So Al, this all started with you, right? So tell us how you use these. You've used these for a while. You've been making them by hand.
Well, I only started using them this week.
You've been talking about them for a month.
Yes, I had the idea to make them quite a while ago.
And your mom took forever.
Yes.
It's all you. This one's not me. So
I had the idea around Thanksgiving, and then I drew it up around Christmas, and so it's ready now. So
so that's actually not as fast as I'd like it to be. But
yeah.
What do you use? So you have, let me show you you. All right. So this is, there you go. So what is on yours?
So these were the original ones, which are speech target words for R's. And I created a game out of them.
You might need to read the titles, because I'm not sure we can all read them.
Okay.
Rain, robot, and rat.
Okay.
Yes. Rain, robot, and rat. And I made a game out of them that's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, or Pokemon, or whatever, where water types like rain will beat electric types of a robot, and electric will beat the ground type of the rat, and the ground will beat the rain. And so we were playing a game of flipping over a card one by one, kind of like war, or even like rock, paper, scissors, and seeing who would win, my card versus your card. So
very cool.
Yeah, so because of the box on the bottom, we were able to put what type it was, and then if they have like a special ability, like you can swap a card with your opponent to make it a little
your own whole game here.
Yes.
So it was Mystic Warriors of Ka'a, right? Basically.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. It's more like rock, paper, scissors, but okay.
Okay. And you use these in with Cindy this week? Are you using it with her kids yet?
I did, yes.
And how did it go?
They enjoyed it, so it was fun.
Cool. And so you also had ones on there that had other, like you've had some language ones, you've had some speech ones, you've done this.
Yes. So I also printed them on different colored cardstock.
I'm working on it. There you go.
So because you can do different titles per page or per card, you can have different pages be different sets. So they can all be in one file, but print on different pages. So I printed 3 different colors for location, for initial S, and for initial F. And then I paired it with a game board that whatever color they land on, that's what they're going to draw, and just treat them as normal cards.
Cool. And so they answer the questions that are on the card. We can't see the bottoms of the cards. There you go.
So with location, where is the box?
Right.
And what is the boy doing? Where is he?
That's Pete.
It is.
That's Pete. So, well, cool. People think you've got good ideas.
Oh, thank you.
So, Allie is going to add a bunch of those to the sharing center.
Sure.
Yeah, why not, right? What's this?
Ones.
Show me the speech sound ones.
So you can have, as you acquire your different speech sounds, you can earn Um,
So, it sounds like there's a story, Allie.
no, there's
No?
not a story. No, I don't think there is.
I think this is the one that you described earlier today as they had a lot of energy.
Yes.
That's how that went.
Yes.
So-
Lots of energy.
All right. What are these?
So as your kiddo acquires a sound, they can get a different trading card and
Hey,
collect
that's a good
them.
idea.
Ooh, I like
And they
that.
make,
I like
like,
all these ideas.
trading card books, and you can fill your whole page full of your speech sounds and earn all of your sounds by
Wow.
collecting them. Or you can collect all the characters in the book as you make it through your chapters.
What's the book?
This one is actually Dr. Dolittle,
Oh, that's from Retopia.
the Retopia book. And on these ones, you can also leave the bottom blank and have them describe the picture.
Gotcha. And to do that, you only had one line. You said to
Yeah.
use the title, but then you only had one line, so the big area was blank.
Right.
And then you've written in can speak to animals.
Yes.
Cool.
For Dr. Dolittle. Or
That's
you can put pictures of the students in here and have them write Valentine's cards to each other.
That's right. You had a great
Super
idea, and we
cute.
didn't make any of them.
What was my idea?
So you're not that old.
I am.
It's only been a day. So you
I have
had
so many ideas. I can't keep track of them.
so
all.
you had pictures. Oh, these. We haven't talked about these. We have made them. You didn't explain these, did you? No. We should show these. Watch.
All right. Sorry, Allie. We're taking over for just a second.
It's okay.
I love these ideas, and we are.
Would
gonna
you
write
like me to
these
bring
up in
Allie
an
back?
article.
No, you're good.
We're good. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Talk about these. What are these?
Well, before I forget, while I'm thinking of it, you see this style card is called basic, and it doesn't matter what style it is. But Allie made a good point in that if you choose no text on your card, you get the identical card, but no text at the bottom. So that way you can make a set with words on it for your specific game, and then make some that are blank at the bottom using the same pictures, and students can fill in their own text for what belongs there.
Right.
So what's
This
your
one.
question about this one?
Well, this set, we talked at length about this set and what a great project this would be. What a great activity it would be to have kids help you make these. Do you remember why? These are your superpower cards, remember?
These are my superpower cards. These are all about feelings, because we just talked about the fact that feelings are not bad. They all have their purpose.
Right. But
Yes.
but we talked about making cards. Well, let's just talk about it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me what I said, because I'm not sure
You
where
said-
we're going with this.
So last night at dinner, because this is all we talk about at every meal,
It's what we do.
it is very much what we do. You said it would be great for kids to make cards of their peers where you work out what everybody's superpower is.
I forgot about that. I did say that.
And you said we're going
Yes.
to talk about it tomorrow night on the show.
Yay me.
So
This actually turned out to be harder than I thought. So I made a deck of cards I have a set in my collections of friends and family that I use for demos of photos instead of obviously students. And I said, this is a really cool activity where you give everybody a superpower, and you really have to look at each of your friends or family and figure out what is their gift. And some of them were really easy. Yours was really easy.
like fix stuff or something like that. I'm the tech guy or something.
Yeah, the brains behind the operation is a superpower, and he can do anything technical or something of that sort. And that was pretty easy. But some of my friends and family were much harder, and I had to sit there and think, and that really works, particularly if they have somebody they might not be getting along with. Like,
right.
What is their superpower? And like my niece was one of the pictures, and she just loves animals. She's vegan. She's very concerned about the environment. So her superpowers are her
love for kids,
love
or
for animals.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
And saving the planet. So like each person.
Yeah. And Lori couldn't figure out her own superpower.
Could
But
not.
watch.
You know
Allie,
what
wait, stop. No, Allie, what's your mom's superpower?
Probably creativity and the ability to turn anything into what is needed.
Okay. No, it's patience.
I like Allie.
Your mom's superpower is patience. She
I'm
can have
married to him.
a room full of 4-year-olds, and she's just fine. She got a dozen 4-year-olds, and everything is fine. So,
Tantrums don't bother me.
anyways, so yes,
it's
so
hard to
this is a good idea, right? See, wow, for my social group, you guys rock, and you forgot it.
You never know when these ideas happen. They usually happen in the shower or while driving. So got to write them down.
So Andrea Tidwell says, "Oh my gosh, I can make letter cards when the kids in the letter sound. They can put it in a file folder binder thingy,
I
and
like
a number folder or something, right? Right?
Just keep
Beth
coming.
likes it. There you go. so Alyssa, hey Alyssa, I think these
Hi,
cards would be
Alyssa.
great for students to create their own card games, make the rules, etc. Right?
Right.
Right? This is all awesome.
Like Allie's game with the rock, paper, scissors. I loved all the nuances you added on top of the rock, paper, scissors. And I could see some of my students just loving that
Yeah. Yep.
option, that ability.
All right. So there's no problems with these. These work absolutely fantastically. There's no caveats or frustrations or anything. They just rock. Right?
Right.
Right.
So if you have a great idea
Yeah.
and you share it in the sharing center, you
Yeah.
write how to play. And then when I go to look up ideas, I can say trading cards.
Right.
Look at these.
Absolutely. And I don't think we have like these are out. If you guys have ideas for other layouts, like if you think, oh, there's a popular trading game, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh, or one of these that I don't know, or that we don't know, and that we don't have one that looks like close enough, or something else, tell us, give us examples. It doesn't take Lori that. This is one of those templates where if somebody asks for a change or an addition, it's only 2 templates. It's not like spinners or schedules. Schedules where she's got to make 10 for each one of them. 20 for 24. You have to make 24 different templates for those. So this is a good one if you have things. So
actually, people write in occasionally with ideas for templates in addition to their ideas for pictures. And I try to do them, especially if it's a tweak to an existing template. So for example, themed picture cards, we get requests all the time for I need a popcorn or I need a bale of hay and themed picture cards. And I try to accommodate if it makes sense in the greater picture. So yeah, if you have any ideas, we love to hear them.
Yeah.
Brand new templates are much harder. They take a lot of testing and discussion because it's not always as simple as it would seem to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just changed my pin so I can do the. So we had one question. I don't want everyone to miss questions. We had a question of how do you use your own pictures, and we might as well show that, right? So let's do that. Let me bring up the right screen. All right, so we're in LessonPix, and Lori's gonna add a new picture.
I am. One of the tricks I do, I still do, is I make it square.
Let me show them. Let me show them. Oh,
let you show them?
Yeah, look. In here, if I go to here, look, on Lori's phone.
There's a little arrow at the top.
At the top.
That little arrow, because you have a different version than
me.
So where it says 4x3, I changed that to square.
You change it to square.
And that
makes it square, which makes it fit correctly in LessonPix. Oh, right. They can't see. You guys should have told me they couldn't see. All right, so right here, you click this arrow right here, right up there, and then
you gotta click
when you do it, you're in photo, you click it here, and then right here, it shows the different ratios, and you choose square. And then weirdly, it says 1:1, which does make sense for engineers like me, but not for anybody else. And then you take my picture, and
which face didn't we do? That's right. Our silly face is not right.
So now we have a better silly face because we needed to do that. And we can go to here.
I'm coming.
And so what Lori's going to do now is she's going to email it. I'm going to show you on your LessonPix, on the Your LessonPix tab. You slide down right here. It shows all the ways to add your own pictures.
Oh.
And you can manually upload it, but she's going to email it here to my account.
If I make the subject the title,
yep,
then it will bring that title right in.
It will.
Did you say you changed your pin?
It's okay. Just use the one you have. That's fine.
Okay.
And if it asks for a size, Just choose medium or large. You don't have to do actual size because those are freaking huge and they take forever to send. So when this huge one she just sent finally sends, all you have to do is go back to the Your LessonPix page, and the picture will be right here. And then you can use it.
That was it.
That's it. There's me. So you throw it in the tray. We can get rid of the this one and create materials, and we'll make trading cards. Next, my silly one's gone. Silly Bill made this during a show. And yeah, so we can change our background colors if we want or whatever. Hit next. I'll make LessonPix cards. I do want the first line as a card title, and I'm done. And that's how you use pictures.
Ta-da!
And Deb says this is one of the best features. Yes, this is one of the best features. Although I'm really kind of glad we made the cards with the old silly, because I'm not a big fan of the new silly. So there we go, right? All right. So
I'm super excited about this. I was like, it's like you get an idea and you have to act on it. So like I'm now, right now, as we speak, making like winter animal fact cards with the trading cards. I'm like, this is great. You guys gave me really good ideas.
Yesterday was Benjamin Franklin's birthday, and I made trading cards with facts about Benjamin.
And they're in the sharing center.
They're in the center. And I just thought, that's so cool. What a fun way to learn facts about a history topic or science concepts, to put them on cards. You can pass them out. Students can read them aloud. They can say which one you got. Great for a small group activity.
And here they are.
There they are.
Ben Franklin facts.
I know so much about Ben Franklin, but man, I was kind of blown away.
Right. And as always, you can go in here, and if you say, oh, I like that, but I don't like the red, or I want to use a different style.
Or maybe you want to translate into another language for
you can always
students.
Load the tray. We're going to make trading cards. We'll translate them all to anybody?
Spanish.
Now they're in Spanish. We could sort them or uppercase them or whatever.
Look,
shuffle
you're showing
them.
all these little features here.
Yep.
But
and I want to make some LessonPix versions.
The only thing about this is this does have a lot of text. So I really would do the ones that are either top text or small text. There you go.
There we go. And that's it. We hit finish. And it will, I left off the checkbox that said use the first line because you didn't have that.
There you go.
There you go. I've made my own Benjamin Franklin cards.
In Spanish.
En Espanol.
There you go.
There you go. I hope it's right. I have no idea if it's right. So, but we are good, and we are probably well over time.
Well over our time.
So, yeah, where are we on time?
But we had a lot of fun.
Oh, wow, we went over an hour?
I'm
sorry.
I've got some great ideas on this.
Let's see. So we've got, let's see.
Brandi's ready to go to sleep. She's had a long day.
Sleepy Brandi, Sleepy Allie. So students think it's funny to put their faces on puppets in LessonPix. That's awesome. And Cindy.
That's good. Yes.
Different languages. A question of how to upload to Staples. Lori, how do you upload to Staples?
You go to staples.com.
And you create an account.
Yes.
And then you upload the PDF file and you tell it how to print it.
I mean, the other thing I do is I bring it on a thumb drive, and they have printers sitting right there. And so you can do it yourself. But I found it easier for cardstock if I just do it on their website, and then they call and text me when it's ready.
There you go.
And it's usually, it says it's going to be ready like by 7 p.m. when I do it at, 10 a.m. And they're always ready by noon. They just do them right away.
Yep. And somebody says they learned so much. You're very welcome. And Lisa says, as always, thank you. Got lots of thank yous. You're all very welcome. I hope you guys got something out of this. And yes, there's always a recording of this. If you came in late, you can go back and watch the beginning. A short recap. We now have a Google Slides add-in if you missed the very beginning, Alyssa. But I know you already knew that. So I'm glad you guys could join us. And obviously, thank you. Thank you to our guests. So Allie, thank you for your first time being a guest. and Beth and
Did a
Brandi.
great
I
job.
know you guys
love it.
have been on before, but you're always awesome. And yeah,
And we are so grateful for you all.
and I think we will see you sooner than later. I happen to know there is another reason to come chat with you guys in the next
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
I think so. So
I know.
yeah, Beth.
Just a teaser.
So Beth is the worst at keeping secrets.
Oh, yes.
I'm not
she
going to
is.
say anything, but are you making me like, excited? I mean, like, am
I
I?
need to tell her, like, when I put a little subtle hint of like the Google colors and that you don't share it
doesn't-
going, Google's here.
You know, we could actually just point her at the helper group where I said, "Don't tell anybody."
But then you put it in the advertisement for the thing. So that was like, I just went a little overly
I
enthusiastic.
love it. I love it. It was so
we're all
funny.
good.
Made me laugh out
Everything's
loud.
yeah. She goes, "I guess this is out now." But all right, everybody, have a great night, and for all of you around the country, as always, good luck and have fun. If you need anything, let us know. Sport@lessonpix.com will always get to us. And
Or
you
the
can,
little help button.
or
at the
little
top.
help button at the top. Yep. All right, everybody. Bye. See you later.
Thank you.